coming destruction. All right, I'm the brother Zion Allah from the DC camp, and I'm gonna do a response. This is a short response video to hey, Shalom Akim, Yahabashim al Shai Barakathum, Bashim Rakal Kadash. I want to start off by saying, Call hello, Yahabashim al Shai. Call hello, Yahabashim al Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule and teach as well. Shalom to the Akim out there and the elect. That's the men, women, and children selected to make it out of here from the coming destruction. All right. I'm the brother Zion Allah from the DC camp, and I'm gonna do a response. This is a short response video to Zaquan, the elder Monogon, as you can see on the front here. It says Esau is afraid of his fate. Okay, so of course this is a response to that video. Yeah, the so-called white man is afraid of his fate, man. We're talking about the not just your average white man, because they are in the spirit, and some of them are starting to grasp that their society is coming down. But ultimately, going up to the elites, they know that their society is coming down because the prophets are out on the highways and hedges prophesying, man. And exactly that, Esau is afraid of what's going to happen to him in the end. Okay, this is I'm gonna get Jeremiah 1. This is Jeremiah 1, and I started verse 4. It says, Then the word of the Lord, Yahabashim al Shai, came unto me, saying, Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. See, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee. Ordain, basically, you can think of the word order, right? You can think the word order within ordain, meaning set up a prophet unto the nation. So not only are we to prophesy to Israel, we're to prophesy to the nations. What are we prophesying? A war of evil and of pestilence, right? Right? Might as well get it, since I said it. It's for, let me see. Let me see. It says with Jeremiah 28:8, the prophets, and exactly that is Jeremiah. Again, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied, they said before, both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war, of evil, and of pestilence and bad times. And guess what? You seeing wars around the earth, you seeing evils, you seeing the pestilence, man. Now, one of the brothers in the camp, the brother Dequar, and Shalom to you, Ak, if you see the video to you, brother, he had put, at what point do you, I believe it was Dequar, and Shalom to the Ak anyway, you know, Shalom to all the Akim, you know. He said, at what point is this flu thing going on not a epidemic, man, basically, man, or a pandemic? You know, because there was a article that said 4,000 people are dying a week from this new pestilence that's out. Well, it's not new in the sense that in the term people say what? It's the flu shot. All right, just a second. Hey, Shalom, Shalom. Shalom. Had an Ak. Khan, brother just came and into the fold, into the crib. All right, but like I was saying, this new pestilence that's out, this flu out right now, which is really like I was saying in the common term, is this a flu called a flu, but it's new in the sense that the rate is killing people. 4,000 people are dying a week, man. So, and that's something that the world is seeing, man. So the prophets prophesy what? Against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence, man. And these people see that, you know. So going back to Jeremiah 1 and verse 5, it says, Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee, right? once again meaning set up, thee, a prophet unto the nations. So like I said before, not only are we prophesying to Israel, Yasha Allah, we're prophesying to the nations, and the nations are seeing our prophecy come to pass. And the focus at hand is Esau. Esau is definitely seeing that what we're saying is coming to pass. That's why he's scared of his fate. As the brother said in his video, Esau is afraid of his fate. Let me go to James, the 2nd chapter. It says James 2, and I'll start at verse 17. It says, even so faith, if it have not works, is dead being alone. Yea, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Shew me thy faith without thy works, and I will shew thee my faith by my works. Exactly. Part of our faith is what? Going out and preaching and prophesying, man. That's part of showing our faith by prophecy. All right, and we're going out teaching and preaching the things that are come to pass, man. And it says, verse 19, thou believest that there is one power, one most high, thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble. See? The devils also believe and tremble, man. So the so-called white man is starting to believe, and he's trembling, man. Esau's afraid of what's his fate. Why? Because he's seeing the prophecies coming to pass, man. All right? And the word devil just simply means deceiver, and the so-called white man is known as the devil, man. It's not like this red dude dressed in an outfit ready to stick you in your ass with a pitchfork, man. All right? As brothers like to say, man. All right? When you go to Revelation, the 12th chapter, it says, matter of fact, before I get that, I'll get this as we talked about the word devil. This is Revelation 12 and 9. As you can see, I have both scriptures up here, 20 and 2. This is Revelation 12 and 9. It says, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent. Yeah, why does it say that old serpent? Because that old serpent going back to the same serpent, what? That tested Eve out, man. All right? And she went into his philosophies, man. So that old serpent called the devil. It says, and Satan, which that's what the old serpent was called, man. The devil and Satan, which Satan means adversary, man, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And that was, and what? That's talking about the so-called white man. It's not talking about an actual spiritual demon, Satan, being cast out, because what was he cast out for? The first thing the Christian church will say, well, you know, he bucked up against the Heavenly Father. Well, you got to understand, sin is only for the flesh. You know, the spiritual demon Satan, he doesn't have a fleshly body. He has a what? A celestial body, man. He has an angelic body. So it's impossible for him to sin because he has an angelic body. He's actually doing the will of the Heavenly Father, man. So that word devil and Satan is really referring to the so-called white man, which deceived the whole world. He was cast into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. All right? And then this is Revelation 22, and he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. And that, you know what? It's going to come a time when the so-called white man is going to go into slavery for 1,000 years, man. And this is what we prophesied, man. All right. Of course, this time was when Esau was going to go, cast him to the bottomless pit. He was going to go into the dark ages and be a slave, all right, and be brought low and not come into power until later, around the time of the dark ages. Then later on, during the Renaissance period, he came back. But let's read verse 4, Revelations 20:4. It says, and I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua, and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads. Exactly. We didn't worship the so-called white man. You know, we didn't follow after everything he said, man. We followed after Yahweh Shemel Shai. Now, when all hell breaks loose, these people are going to follow after, you know, because they don't have faith. It says, or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Hamashiach Yahushua 1,000 years. Verse 5, but the rest of the dead lived not again until 1,000 years were finished. Exactly, the rest of the dead. All right. Now, when you understand the word dead, it's talking about the heathen, basically, man. All right. It's like the scripture those that remain out of the congregation. As a matter of fact, let me just get it. Open up another tab. What was that? The water, yeah. Proverbs 16, or Slakia. Where's that at? 21:16. Slakia. The water, bro. So it's good to have Akim. Proverbs 21 and 16, it says, the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. Exactly. So if Israel wanders away from the way of understanding, what an Israelite will be likened unto a heathen. So guess what? The heathen themselves, they wasn't given the word. They wasn't given the understanding. So they're automatically by default the dead, man. You know, so it says, but the rest of the dead live not again. Meanwhile, this is happening while what? We're in rulership, man. We're in the kingdom of heaven. We're in rulership. It says, but the rest of the dead live not again until the 1,000 years were finished, man. Right. Because they're going to all be in slavery, man. It says this is the first resurrection. All right. All the other nations, the dead, they're going to be in slavery, man. They're going to have to suffer that. And we go out there every week and we prophesy that to the nations, being prophets. And people are starting to fold, man. They're starting to be scared and take heed to it, man. All right. This is what we prophesy. This is 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of that followeth, man. All right. And guess what? Like we said before, the devils believe and tremble, man. Why? Because they see the prophets constantly go out there every week, man. All right. Constantly going out every week. All right. Prophesying the same thing, prophesying the downfall, prophesying destruction, and you're seeing the stuff come around the planet Earth. This is Revelations 12 and 12. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. Yeah, the so-called white man knows that he has a short time, man. He's fearing. All right. Now, I'm going to get an account. Try to get an account in the scriptures of Antiochus, man. All right, this is 2nd Maccabees 9 and verse I'll start at verse 5. All right, it says, but the Lord Almighty, that's Alashadja in the Hebrew, the power of Israel, smote him with an incurable and invisible plague, or as soon as he has spoken these words, a pain of the bowels that was remediless came upon him. Yeah, it was uncurable. Remediless came upon him, and sore torments of the inner parts. And that most justly, for he had tormented other men's bowels with many